Hey everybody, it's Linda from Ink Stamp and Scrap. Thanks for watching. If you are new to my YouTube channel, please consider clicking the subscribe button and then ring that bell so you get notified every time I post a new video. Today's video is going to be a recap of last night's Facebook Live. I will link the actual live down below if you want to watch all the comments and fun, but we made these 3 projects and that's what I'm going to whip through right now. So the first project we made was this one, so I'm just gonna keep them in order. That's the way they're stacked up in the box. So let's get started. This card uses the script embossing folder, and it uses the new Lovely Layers Pick-a-Punch. It's Lovely something Pick-a-Punch. It's this one. I'm still getting used to the names. These dies are from the Forever Fern bundle. And then this phrase is from the Lovely You stamp set right there. All right, so let's get started here. I have already pre-cut all of these lovely things. What's really neat about these dies is that they emboss and they cut. So these 3 are the emboss and cut dies, which is really fun. I obviously missed a couple bits along the way. We only need that. And then I have a 3 by 1 inch piece of Blushing Bride that I am going to punch right now, and then we will stamp it. So the way that this punch works, it's similar to other tag topper and the triple banner punch. You just slide it in along the guides. The largest guide is 1 inch wide, and then it's 3/4 and 1/2 at the bottom. And then you can see these little guides right here. These dashed lines show you how much of the tag topper is going to be punched out. Now I found that 3 inches gives you enough to kind of play with up here, and I like that better. If you go less than that, it gets, I think, a little challenging. I always look at the back to make sure that I did come in straight at the top and I'm not hanging over on either side. It is paper crafting after all, and even, you know, a little bit can make you really slide off. Sometimes you slide this in here and it feels like it's all the way in, and then you look in the back and you're like, nope, missed one side. So there we go. And that again looks good to me. So I'm gonna punch. And now we have a cute little tag. I'm gonna slide those off. For this card, we're going to use the Tuxedo Black. And I'm just gonna need a small, narrow block. I'm gonna make this with the Just Because, like I did last night. I love making Just Because cards because you can send them to anyone at any time. So I'm just bringing my stamping mat in here. I don't need any scratch paper since this is going to fit right on here very nicely. All right. So if you've been keeping up with the stamping news, yesterday we launched the new annual catalog, and 2 specials became available to you. There is a starter kit special where you get to spend $99 and you get not only $125 of merchandise, free shipping, but you also get to pick any bundle in the catalog of your choice and add it to your kit. If you were to sign up during June, you would retain your 20% discount all the way through the end of October. And then if you met all your numbers and all that stuff, which we can talk about in detail if you want to email me or call me, then you would retain that discount for even longer. So if that's something that's of interest to you, get in touch with me. I'd love to talk to you about it. My team has a lot of fun together, and I'd love to share with you all the things that we do. The other special is if you yourself or with some friends spend $250 or more in the catalog, there can be, you know, multiple orders adding up to the $250. Then Stampin' Up is going to give you a bonus $25 in Stampin' Rewards. So it is worth sharing the catalog. If you, again, need some help with that, need some links to the online catalog set up just for you, I'm happy to do that. Just get in touch with me. You can message me on any form of social media or email or text, whatever works best for you. You can also give me a good old-fashioned phone call. I love talking to people. All right. So all I did here, just to liven it up a little bit, because it's going to go right next to the same color cardstock, I just added a little sponged color. The reason that I kind of smushed it off is, if you'll notice the card from last night, it got just a little heavy in some places, and I just wanted to have it a little cleaner. So that's why I used that. All right. So in personal news, if you've been following me for a while, we are now settled in our new house, and I am actually in my new craft room creating for you, which is really exciting and fun. And I promised last night, and I will follow through with that later next week when we get over the hump of the new catalog and getting my retired products into other people's hands. There's just a lot going on in the next few days. I will make some videos of my new home and craft room, and I will show it to you. I'm very excited with the way it turned out. It was a long time in the making, literally years, and I can explain that in the video. So I'm really excited to give you a tour and show you what it's all about. All right, so for last night's card, I used a couple of dimensionals to give me a little more depth, but I kind of felt like even the mini ones were sort of sneaking out. So this time I'm going to roll my glue dots, because I think I used the rolled glue dots later on, and I think that just worked better. So you still want to kind of put your adhesive, your glue dot in this case, in an inconspicuous spot. And the reason that I roll it is twofold. First of all, it makes it smaller, and secondly, it gives me just a little bit of dimension. Not as much as a regular or even mini dimensional, but it does give me just a little bit of lift. So if I place them strategically around, that one's not going to give me quite, oh, it's going to give me another chance though to kind of roll it tighter. There we go. Okay. So you just place them around strategically, and you kind of, like I said, you get a little bit of lift and you get your stick, and it doesn't show through. So let's see what else is going on. So I announced last night that the way my online workshops are going to work, I will go live on Facebook. We're going to aim for once a week right now, and I hope that that turns into twice a week. And during those workshops, you'll have the opportunity to earn the make and take kits. If you place a small order, you can have a make and take kit sent to you. You just have to order within a certain amount of time. Let me bring you my little flyer. So right now, I'm offering this to you as well. This was from last night's workshop. If you use this hostess code and you place an order of $40 or more, and you do it by this Sunday, June 7th, then I will send you the make and take kits for all of these cards. So then you can use, I mean, you could use any greeting on this card. You'd have everything to put it together. Maybe not the punch, but you could use a different punch, or just leave it a straight 3x1 layer. That would be fine too. And you'll see on the next couple of cards, you can easily, even though I'm doing it with the Forever Fern, you could do something else very easily. So let me get that last one on there. All right, so now we're gonna start with this, because this is our biggest one, and I want it on the bottom. So there we go. I'm not gonna smash it down too much because the glue dots are gonna hold it. And then we're gonna go with this one. And I think I'm gonna have to do the rolled dots again. So we'll just do a few of those. So the way that you'll get your, like I said, the way you'll get your make and take kit is by using that hostess code. I will link it below this video. And then if you place your order by June 7th, you will get a make and take kit in the mail. If you decide to join in the fun on my Facebook workshop, the other thing that I do door prizes if you share. So for everybody that shares that video, when I go on the next time, I will announce the winners of who shared the video, and you will get some Stampin' Up! Product in the mail from me as well. That will be like packaged goods, ready to pull out of the box and use. All right, so there we go. That one's there. And now I'm gonna add this. I'm still not totally confident that a glue dot is gonna go well on this. Definitely sticking to my fingers well. What else is going on? Let's see, today is Thursday. And that means that tonight is my VIP preview of the my retired sale. So I have labeled all of my retired products and I am ready to sell them on Facebook in a live video on Saturday morning, the 6th. But tonight I am going to do a special presentation for my VIP customers who ordered from me, and I really appreciate them. So I'm giving them a first look at what's for sale, or a first buy at what's for sale. And if you're interested in what I'm selling, you can look on my Facebook page. I have 4 videos up that go through everything that is going to be for sale. And then on Saturday morning, you can jump in on the fun. All you have to do between now and Saturday is join the Facebook group where the sale is going to take place. And I will link that below, or you can just jump over to my Facebook page and see it. It just makes managing it easier to do it inside a Facebook group. So there is the first card. All right, so let's do this second card. This one has the brick embossing folder. If you haven't been stamping with me on a regular basis, let me tell you, I am a folder fanatic. I love embossing folders. I use them on almost every project. I love designer series paper, and I use that if I don't use a folder. Right now, I am sorely lacking in the designer series paper department until my order gets here. So that's why we're all about embossing folders. So I'm going to use, oh, and by the way, on Friday, so tomorrow, because there can't be a day we don't have something big happening, I will be getting my first official catalog order, not a demonstrator pre-order, which is where I got the products I'm showing you tonight. These are ones that I picked out because I had the entire catalog to choose from yesterday. So if you would like to see what is coming in my first order, I will be going live the way on Facebook, the way that you will be able to see. Okay, where did I put? The way that you'll be able to see, oh, it's over here. Or sorry, the way you'll be able to get notified that I'm doing the Facebook Live is to like my page. It's Ink Stampin' Scrap. So you want to go to facebook.com, Ink Stampin' Scrap, like my page, and then you will get notified when I go live tomorrow, and you can see all the fun stuff I got. That's too big. I want a smaller one. There we go. So this stamp is from the Many Mates stamp set. This is a brand new one, and it has insides and outsides, and it really could go either way. I just like that it's got small ones and bigger ones, but they're not gigantic. So there really is a lot of versatility with this stamp set. So we are going to stamp on this circle. Oh, and I should show you what this came from. This came from, oh, excuse me. This came from the Tasteful Labels. There it is. The Tasteful Labels die set. There is a stamp set that goes with it, but I don't have that to show you. And these are all the new in colors, by the way. This is Magenta Madness, Bumblebee, Cinnamon Cider, Just Jade, and Misty Moonlight. And I do that not just as much for your benefit as mine, because the more times I say it, the better I will be at remembering it. But this is all the dies that you get in the Tasteful Labels die set. And I just think they're really cool. They have 3 different edges to them, lots of shapes, lots of sizes. So it was something that I thought was really going to be fun, and I've actually used it quite a bit already in just the month that I've had it. All right, so Just Thinking of You is going to get dimensionals. I love that I have a drawer right next to me when I'm making videos, and it has all my extra supplies. It has my glue dots, it has my dimensionals, it has all my scissors and my adhesive. It used to be quite different when I was in Connecticut. That's where we were back in August of 2019. We left Connecticut when my husband retired, and we lived like vagabonds for the remainder of the year and most of the beginning of this year. We moved into our house a week ago Sunday. All right, so now we need this Just Jade ribbon, which is beautiful. All 5 in colors, the new ones, come in this ribbon. It's a 1/4 inch. It's tightly woven. It's cotton. And I just really love working with it. I think you will really like it. So I'm going to load this up. And I am using Fast Fuse. That's a retired adhesive actually from a while ago. But I always loved it for making cards because it had such a strong, it was such a strong adhesive. I'm looking forward to trying the Stampin' Oh, that's going to be a tongue tire. The Stamp and Seal Plus. That is on its way to me from Stampin' Up, and it will be in my unboxing video tomorrow. So that we're going to try right away together and just see how it works. All right. I think that's sticky enough. I might put one. There we go. Oops. One layer down the middle, and there we go. I love doing just the snake of the ribbon. I do this one in the middle because the ribbon's a little wider this time. There we go. I like that. Is it straight? Let's see, that's straight. That's not. There we go. Okay. So there is our second card. I'm going to set this here. Actually, I'm going to set it with the one that I made, so you can see the set that we're making together. If you're going to order with me and then you're going to get the make and take kit, I also will be posting in the blog post that contains this video. Not sure where you're watching. If you're watching on YouTube, the blog post will be linked below. You'll want to hop over there because there will be a project sheet on my website, and it will have all the supplies and dimensions for these 3 projects along with a picture so you know what goes with what. And that will be very helpful when the make and take kit arrives to be able to sort through what you need to grab from your stash of supplies in order to use your make and take kits. The last thing I'm going to do, so stick with me on the video, is I'm going to give you some suggestions if you just get the make and take kit and you don't have exactly what I have, what I would do. So this is the 3rd card. This is what we're making right now. So we have a label that I'm going to cut out as soon as I stamp the greeting, and then we're going to use other stamps from this Forever Fern stamp set. Stamp set, and some dies. So this bundle has 2 sets of dies. We already used several of these. This is what I mean. They cut and emboss. These ones do. These cut, and these ones cut, and I think they have a little embossing to them as well, but just not as much as these guys. Put that there, or I will misplace them. These ones we're going to use right now. So I'm going to load them on to stamping blocks. And we are going to use Shaded Spruce as, I don't think so, as our ink color for this. I really like that green. It's one of my favorites. And I love that the, I'm going to clean this off so I can use that black. I love that Just Jade goes with the Shaded Spruce. Oh, it's a new Simply Chamois, and now it's not so new. It's always sad the first time you have to use it. All right, we will put this over here on top of the box so we don't lose that one. And there we go. All right, so what's gonna happen? Oh, did I use? I'll just use one, that's fine. All right, so I'm gonna use a scrap of Whisper White. Set the card over there. I have my Shaded Spruce, Shaded Spruce ink pad right here. All right, let's get these scissors out of the way too. All right, so we're just gonna stamp all of these, and they stamp really nice, you guys. I have been really impressed with I love the distinctive look, which is like, it looks like a photograph. It's got a lot of depth to the stamp. It's got a lot of shading, whatever you want to call it. But sometimes I have trouble with these being too inky, if you will. I have to really dry my pad out for them to work, but this set is just gorgeous. It just works, which is fantastic. Right, I'm just gonna grab my magnetic plate and have my dies. And we're going to lay these down. You can see that I stamped these at an angle, and that's because when you're on the magnetic plate, you want to lay your dies down at an angle. The magnets are all at 45 degrees underneath this, and if you try to fight them too much, that's when you get this jumping that I have going here. Nope, I'm still gonna jump. So I'm just gonna turn it more. Instead of having to always grab Post-its or tape, which you can definitely do, I try to find the spot, if I can, where the magnets are going to do their job and I don't have to shift everything around. That seems to work. All right, I'll be right back. And if you were listening, you heard just a little bit of popping, but not too much at all. All right, we'll take these off. We will put them away because otherwise, I know myself, they'll get lost. 1, 2, 3. There. These 3, we're going to need the magnetic plate again because we're going to stamp our greeting in just a second. Actually, I'm going to do that right now. I love this greeting. You could send it to anyone, to a friend that makes me smile. They're your friend. They should always make you smile. Oh, they should be able to make you smile. Not always. I mean, sometimes things are going on, but they should be able to make you smile. All right, I'm going to clean these off real quick. Here we go. 1. 3. Okay. Keep that close by because we're going to need it. There. Switch this to here. And I do believe I had a little extra piece of white around here that had the label. And aha, there it is. Okay. All right, so we're going to stamp this. You can see last night's label. And then I'm going to grab my my tasteful labels. They're right here. I wanted the one with the points because the leaves have points. Got to coordinate things. Oh, well, it doesn't help if I don't put it on the magnetic plate. All right, so we'll go at our angle, line that up. Looks good. You got that big flare on the F, so you got to watch and make sure you don't cut that off. Be right back. All right, put my die back in here. Now I have my label as well. Here's the card we started, and now we're going to finish it. This time we can just use traditional dimensionals because we've got lots of space on the die cut leaves. I turn them over. I'm just going to put the dimensionals towards the top because we're going to just kind of tuck them all in, and then when the label goes over the top, it's not going to matter what the bottom of the leaves looks like, but we do want this label to have some balance. So I'm going to make, oops, well that was really close. I didn't mean to make it that close. I definitely want one in the middle. I think this is, yeah, that one's going to show. Pull this one off carefully. Go over a little bit, and we'll pull these guys off. Okay, not my plan, but I am going to put one more here. If I would have been better at that spacing, I wouldn't have to, but I do want it to have some balance. You also need to remember that when your cards go through the mail, they go through a scanner that squishes them, and by the time they get delivered, you want those dimensionals to be all puffed back up. So when somebody opens your card, they have exactly what you intended for them to see. There we go. All right, we're almost there. I'm going to start with this one. And we'll finish with the smallest one. Changing things up a little bit. We're going to go over here with this one. I'm going to wait on this because it's going to tuck behind. So we're going to go, I'm actually going to put a glue dot on the front bottom of this one, so I can attach it where I want on the label. I want it to kind of peek out up here because when I die cut it, it came out just a little bit less interesting up there. And then we're gonna go right over here, come up a little bit, and that can go there. And I think I'm gonna double this down here. So we'll stick two together, take off the top because it got really puffy. Put that underneath, and there we go. All right, so your cards are a little different than last night's cards because we were making things on the fly and having fun. And I don't like every card to be exactly the same. So let me close this up or else I'll end up with all inky fingers. All right, so this is what we made last night. This is what we made last night. I'll shuffle things around here. So we made these 3 cards last night. 1, 2, 3. And this is what we just made now. So a little different each one, but unique and beautiful anyway. Fun to send to people. I hope you enjoyed watching this. Please subscribe to my channel and ring the bell so you know when you get when I post another video. And I hope you join me for other fun this week, including tomorrow's unboxing and Saturday's annual garage sale. Take care and have a great day.